The BB gun, the air gun. You know, I bought this for my son when he was 9 or 10 years old. About $25 from Walmart or Amazon.com. This is a Crosman Pumpmaster 760. Just your basic pellet gun, 177 caliber pellet gun and BB gun. But as he kind of outgrew shooting this air gun, instead of putting it into a yard sale or throwing it away or something like that, what I did is I took this Redfield scope and I mounted it on here. Now this Redfield scope's got kind of a history all of its own. This is a 1 3/4 to 5 low profile wide field Redfield scope when it was made originally by the real Redfield. Now Redfield's owned by Loophole company. It's kind of a little bit lower level quality scope compared to Loophole. But in those days, Redfield really put the run on Loophole. It was a big competitor of Loophole's and really a fine scope. This scope used to be mounted on my 7mm mag, and it has taken many a white-tailed deer. So when I replaced it, I took this scope off of that 7mm mag, and I set it aside, and I did put a Loophole on that, a little bit higher power for some of the longer range shooting I started getting into. But I didn't throw it away, and I didn't yard sale the scope either. And then at one time I said, geez, you know I got that scope sitting here. We got that air gun that isn't being used anymore. Let's see if we can put a little bit of use to it. So I got these, it's called Airbase, is I believe the name of the company. I ordered these mounts. They're built for 3/8 inch Dovetail air rifle type of bases, and that's exactly what's on this Crosman 760 Pumpmaster 3/8 inch Dovetail type of mount, sort of like a Picatinny style, but not quite. So I ordered these nice steel rings that are made for this, made for a 1-inch scope, and I took this centerfire rifle scope and mounted it up here. I got medium height bases, so you can kind of look through this and use the iron sights if you want to. But ever since I mounted this up, I haven't been using the iron sights at all. It really makes for one heck of a nice air rifle. Now the temperatures and the weather outside's not very pleasant. We got about 35-mile-per-hour winds gusting up to 45. I don't really want to be shooting outdoors, so in those sort of situations you can just come into the garage, set up a nice safe backstop, and shoot all you want, very, very cheaply, and have a lot of fun with this thing. So that, you know, this Crosman isn't a great little air rifle. It's not a competition type of air rifle, but it sure is fun. The trigger is pretty horrendous, but overall, I mean, the precision that you get out of it's not bad. And ever since I put the scope on it, it's really a whole lot of fun to shoot this thing, and almost free. It's really, really cheap. I started off with the Crosman pellets, and these shot okay. And then I stepped up and I bought a package of RWS pellets. It's kind of an assortment. In fact, that's what it is, the ultimate airgun pellet assortment made by RWS in Germany. There are, boy, I can't even pronounce some of these things. Meisterkugelns, Superdomes, Hobby, Superpoint, and Super H-Point. I did some testing when I first started shooting the pellets in this gun, the Crosmans versus all these different RWS. The Super H-Point shot the best in this gun, but in fact all of the RWS shot with better precision and accuracy than the Crosman, so that was good. But then not too long ago I was talking to some serious air gun enthusiasts, and they told me about a Diabolo pellet. So I picked up a package of these Diabolos through Amazon.com, and I was shooting these just a moment ago, as you saw, and we'll shoot another 5-round group here in just a little bit. These Diabolo Exacts are hand-selected, made in the Czech Republic, and while the RWS is a good pellet, these are great pellets. Really no competition between any of these. These are really excellent. And taking that little Crossman with that nice scope on it, decent scope on it, shooting these, it's a whole lot of fun. So if you got something like that sitting around, set it up, have a little bit of fun with it, very, very inexpensively. Let's go ahead and shoot another round. Well, now if that isn't the one ragged hole type story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One shot. A little here. The very first shot I think I took wasn't the greatest. But look at this group. This group is just fantastic. I guess I gotta zero this scope a little bit better for these pellets. Haven't shot these too much, but I'm very impressed every time I shoot these things. Now that is a fantastic group. I'll measure that and show you the different groupings that we've gotten with the Crossman, the RWS, and now these Diabolos.